Alien 3 for the NES has two questionable honours going for it straight off the bat. First of all, it's a movie tie-in, which always rings alarm bells, and secondly, it's made by the infamous LJN, who are probably responsible for the stigma that comes with movie tie-in games in the first place. But not all of their games can be bad, can they? So the game is based on the classic movie of the same name, and for the uninitiated, the story goes kinda something like this. Ripley is a badass who is on a prison ship in deep space because Earth simply can't hold that kind of badassery. There are also evil killer aliens on the ship, so Ripley has to sort them out while rescuing prisoners on the ship too. To be fair, the game doesn't actually do too bad a job of replicating this, but it doesn't do too great a job either. Controlling in Ripley is good. She moves at a decent speed and responds well. You can jump and shoot a selection of weapons which quite pleasingly are all available right from the start of the game. You can also climb up and down ladders, and that's about all you'll need to do on your mission to get rid of the alien bastards. Each of the levels contains a certain number of prisoners to rescue, and this is your main priority. Rescue the prisoners, find the exit, and repeat. The problem here though is that the levels are pretty big, and of course they are very maze-like, which may not seem like a problem until you realise that you have a time limit, and not a generous one at that. Completing this game requires complete memorisation. One wrong corridor and it's likely that you'll find a dead end, which will cause you to lose the precious seconds that are vital to completing the level. For a game like this, it is just not necessary. It's just incredibly frustrating. Even the first level will take a good few attempts before you remember the correct path to finish it in the 4-minute time limit. So as you're up against the timer, you have to rush around, right? Well, yes, but this only causes more problems, as the screen doesn't scroll until you're very close to the edge of it. This means that it's almost impossible not to get hit by the aliens that are just off screen, as they dive at you very quickly, not giving you a chance to react. So you find yourself doing a stop-start motion, which quickly gets very frustrating. Assuming you do manage to memorise the levels, after every 2 stages you come to the Guardians, who are just big aliens. These are just gunfights and are actually pretty fun and intense. They put up a good challenge. However, they aren't very varied. They use the same alien for each of these boss fights. In fact, there are only 3 different enemy types in the entire game, though you could argue that this is in line with the film. Graphically, the game is actually pretty good and has a good style that matches the film. It's easy to see what everything is and is meant to be, and the stages are surprisingly varied. The music is also pretty good and will get you pumped up for action. Really, the most annoying thing about the game is that it did have potential. If they had increased the time limit or just gotten rid of it completely, this would have drastically changed the game and made it actually a lot of fun. Instead, it just becomes a frustrating one. I am going to admit this is actually an okay game. You could do worse. However, you could do a whole lot better. And also, what the hell is with the falling down the stairs?